Okay?
Countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Cairo, a place of ancient tradition. For centuries, the gateway between East and West. Nestled in the heart of this cosmopolitan crossroad lies the American University in Cairo, an institution of tradition serving as a bridge between cultures for nearly 75 years. Housed in what was once a palace, AUC's modest enrollment of some 30 students in 1920 has grown to over 3,000 undergraduate and 600 graduate students. Using American educational techniques and a curriculum firmly based in the liberal arts, AUC encourages comparative thinking and critical analysis, which are so important to developing nations. Egyptians make up 3/4 of the student body. The remainder of students come from dozens of countries throughout the Middle East, Africa, Europe, Asia, and North America, and provide a unique multicultural experience for all AUCians. AUC is accredited by the Middle States Association and offers bachelor's and master's degree programs in 30 academic majors and minors. Half of the 425 faculty members are either American citizens or have received their training from the finest of American institutions. Visiting distinguished lecturers enrich the AUC educational program and provide AUCians with up-to-date perspectives on current issues and techniques.
Forward, they have to allow others to do the same.
AUC's $40 million annual budget and $70 million physical plant provide a typical American-style university environment on a 30,000-meter campus. This includes a new dormitory apartment complex, which was financed in part by the United States government and private donors. The new Zamalek building will house 360 students and faculty, as well as adult education facilities. AUC's science and professional programs fill an important niche in Egypt. The Science Building, which houses the departments of science and engineering, provides students with the latest in equipment and facilities. In addition to degrees in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, AUC has undergraduate programs in construction and mechanical engineering. There are study options in manufacturing, industrial, and design engineering, as well as a Master of Science in materials engineering. Computer science is one of our most popular programs, and its importance to the development of Egypt has rapidly become apparent to our students. Backed by the administrative and educational computing centers, AUC's computer science department is undergoing major expansion to keep pace with the future. The Abdul Latif Jamil Center for Middle East Management Studies offers BA, MBA, and MPA management degrees. As one of Egypt's most modern and well-equipped facilities, the center also offers a complete line of specialized training to meet the needs of public and private sector companies. Training includes programs in computers and management information systems, human resource development, and financial management. The Journalism and Mass Communications program at AUC has produced many of Egypt's most prominent newspaper writers. Students learn their profession firsthand as they write, edit, and print their own paper, The Caravan.
Only time can reveal how long this view can last. This is Nasreen Baha from the AUC TV on the Nile.
In recent years, the program has been expanded to include television as well as print journalism. The Adham Center for Television Journalism was funded through private gifts and government grants. The modern state-of-the-art equipment allows students to generate television news programs from their own fieldwork. Some programs have been aired around the world on CNN in cooperation with Egypt TV.
And Egyptian television reports an American production is now the main attraction.
Language training is a major component of AUC's educational program. All courses are taught in English, primarily to non-native speakers. The English Language Institute is perhaps the world's largest university program in English as a second language. The Arabic Language Institute is the largest American university program in Arabic as a second language. The Center for Arabic Studies administers a bachelor's degree in Arabic Studies and an interdepartmental program in Middle East Studies. A specialization in Islamic art and architecture is backed by AUC's newly opened Rare Books and Special Collections Library. This collection of rare books and documents is valued in the millions of dollars.
And speak no more about it. Speak no more. Old stauncher, you remain.
AUC's Humanities program was expanded by recently forming the Department of Theater, Music, Art, and Film. Students in professional productions can be seen by the public in the Wallace Theater or Ewart Hall.
Oh, no, sir, not for an instant, sir. Who is he?
Any American policymaker who is at this point thinking that that process can carry itself, it will not carry itself.
The Department of Economics and Political Science prepares students for the demanding roles they will play in a country of great importance.
Pretty happy with it, actually. I'm happy that finally the Palestinians were able to meet with the Israelis and that the United States is playing a role in trying to broker some kind of peace.
There's no point in doing that.
Guys, whatever we have, they
Then we should break up the session and say
Right, yeah, okay.
Activities like the Model United Nations and conferences on Arab-Western dialogue feature distinguished participants and lecturers from within Egyptian and international government and academic circles. These student-sponsored activities are a prominent part of the Economics and Political Science program.
The results of the Model Arab League are sent to the real Arab League for its consideration. But the students here learning the fine art of diplomacy will one day be making the decisions themselves, decisions that will affect Egypt and the region far into the future. For AUC TV, this is Luann Napoli on the main campus.
Social sciences are integrated in AUC's Department of Sociology, Anthropology, Psychology, and Egyptology. One of AUC's most interesting research projects was undertaken by Egyptology professor Dr. Kent Weeks. Dr. Weeks pieced together information from ancient manuscripts and modern mapping techniques using aerial photography and other scientific procedures to discover the first tomb in the Valley of the Kings since Howard Carter discovered Tutankhamun's tomb in 1929.
The septic line, the water line from the rest house to the sewer tank ran directly over the entrance to this tomb. Nobody knew the entrance was there, and so they didn't check, they just put down the line. And through time, this line unfortunately sprung a leak, and vast quantities of water and sewage and so forth from that line flowed into the tomb and did some very serious damage to the entrance to Tomb 5.
Supporting the academic program at AUC is a 250,000-volume library built in the past 10 years with the help of the United States Agency for International Development. Students and professors have access to over 1,200 international journals and textbooks in English, Arabic, and other languages. The newly implemented OPAC, Online Public Access Catalog, aids in quickly locating materials and is part of the university's commitment to increased computerization. The University bookstores, located on the main campus and in the Zamalek dormitory, are also important resources for information and keeping in touch with international news and culture. Both provide a multilingual array of magazines, newspapers, and books, including those produced by the university's press. The AUC Press is the largest English-language book publisher in the Middle East, and it has distinguished authors such as Nobel Prize winner Naguib Mahfouz. Besides its education programs and the research of academic departments, AUC conducts extensive applied research through two centers, the Social Research Center and the Desert Development Center. The Social Research Center, founded in the early 1950s, carries out a variety of action research programs throughout Egypt. Education programs based on its research findings are designed to promote healthful practices among all members of the village society. The Desert Development Center, begun just over 10 years ago, performs applied research on reclaimed desert lands. The DDC uses an integrated approach to desert development, which treats the desert as a desert, blending old practices and new techniques to develop the land appropriately. These programs have paid off richly and will be demonstrated throughout Egypt in a new teaching project to be funded by the Near East Foundation. In addition to education and research, AUC provides training to over 12,000 Egyptians each year through its Center for Adult and Continuing Education. Programs include English, Arabic, management and office skills, tourism and travel, as well as computers. AUC's programs and its presence in the Middle East serve as a bridge of education and understanding between Eastern and Western cultures. Its faculty and students represent the link in an ongoing American-Egyptian partnership whose effects reach beyond today and into the future.